Purusha loves each and every living being, for all are his children, all are his nearest and dearest. Each and every one, from the tiniest ant to the greatest king, each and every one is dear to him. There are some who strive to live in grace and harmony, to do good to their neighbors. And there are others who are become mean-minded and selfish and look only to their own power, prestige, and well-being, don't care about anyone. But all are his children. The deer that is innocent and feeds on the grasses, and the lion that stalks the deers, both are his children. The one who brings peace and order to the world, and the one who brings chaos and suffering to the world, both are his progeny, his very own. This world is a place of contrast, light and dark, good and evil. It is a place of opposites. And in the dance of yin and yang, light and dark, good and evil, the play of creation goes on manifesting. And there are those characters in the play who embody the evil, and those characters who embody the good. But both are his progeny. Both are his children, because all exists within the dance, the lila, within the cosmic mind. No one is outside of this. Like the dream characters in a grand adventure, they exist within the mind of the dreamer. So it is that all exists in the mind of the dreamer. Your very I feeling, your sense of your own existence is in the mind of the great dreamer. You are the child of Parama Purusha. You exist within his mental sphere. Though to you, you are a physical entity, to him, you are a cosmic projection. So this world is a dream, a simulation, a dance in the cosmos, in the mind of the infinite. And there are many dimensions and worlds within worlds within worlds. For the mind of the great dreamer, the mind of that cosmic progenitor, is multidimensional. It is not limited to the sphere of this plane alone. And so sometimes there are some beings who can hear and see what others do not, because their capacities bleed into another dimensional realm. It happens to human beings, but it also, there are many in the animal kingdom who have these capacities to perceive in different realms. Dark and light, life and death, good and evil, all play out. Both the polar opposites play out, creating the dynamism of this realm of existence. And when one force becomes too dominant, the cosmic balance begins to shake, that cosmic force will intervene. And all of the cosmos, all of the creation is moving towards the cosmic nucleus. So there is a progression in evolution, though it may not be apparent to human beings because it may move very slowly. But there is a progression, and those opposites come in a different relationship to each other as the sphere of creation gets more and more sattvic and comes closer to the cosmic progenitor. There is an evolution of species, an evolution of manifestation. So when you are troubled by the world around you, and you think, why is God, why is Parama Purusha making such a troubled world? Doesn't he care about us? Of course he cares about you. He cares about his entire creation. But he has left the dance of that creation to the players, the parts of himself which have manifest in this world. He has left the choices for them. But underneath that, there is the general flow of this cosmic evolution towards the cosmic nucleus. But within that, he has kept the free will of the living beings, that they can choose this way or that way. And the more intelligent and more self-aware the species, the evolution, the more choice there is. You think you have choice, but when there is greater and greater evolution, there is greater choice, because you come closer and closer to that cosmic dreamer, and more in harmony with the great dreamer. And so you become not simply part of the dream, but part of the dreaming, the creation, the evolution, and the dissolution, all within the cosmic existence. When you awaken from the dream, you stand apart and you see all the dream characters. They think they are doing this, they are doing that. They think they are great, they think they are nothing. They take credit for everything. They experience the woes and weals and the joys and successes, thinking that all the time they are doing this. But it is all occurring in the mind of the great dreamer. So the separate self, the individual that you think you are you really that? What existence do you have apart from that cosmic dreamer, from that great consciousness, that great intelligence which operates the entire creation, is the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer of ignorance and illusion. For this belief in the separate self, your personal individuality, how can that be when you are a part of the whole? Who are you? And are you truly separate from the great dreamer? Or like the character in the dream, You only exist as long as the dreamer wishes to dream. When the dreamer awakes from the dream characters are only memories that existed not in a reality but in his mind. All was a part of him. So the dream, when you wake from the sleep and you remember the dream is not separate from you. It has occurred in your own existence, in your own mind. So these, all the worlds and the worlds within worlds, and all the living beings of the cosmos, all the creation is within the mind of the cosmic dreamer. It is the dream, the simulation, the projection, and it holds only a relative truth, as the dream in your night's sleep holds a relative truth. The dreamer, the character in the dream may think they are very real, and they get very involved in what is going on, and they feel very responsible. And what will they do? They become afraid of this, and they want to accomplish that. But when you wake, it is only a dream in the mind. That dream character really had no separate existence, no separate will, no separate manifestation. It was the wave in the mind. So you are the thought, the wave in the mind of the great dreamer, of Parama Purusha. There is no separation. It is only a belief, and the separate self, an idea, an assumption you have from your point of view. But when your point of view becomes more expensive, more aligned with the great dreamer, that separate self does not exist. You are like the character in the dream. You have no separate self. You are part of the great dream in the mind of the dreamer. So that one is not in a high holy heaven to be worshipped. That one is in the very substance of your own existence, closer than close. No one can come between you and Parama Purusha. That one is the self of yourself, the truth of your own being. I could go on, but I will leave it at this. Remember who you are. Remember your deepest nature. Let go of the separate self. All right?